long have we been playing? Just so I know. 21, 22 years we started.
Relapse would have been
22 years
ago. 22 years ago?
Cottle was just born.
My son was just born. So that would have been the mid-90s.
21 years ago.
21 years ago, yeah.
Jesus. It's taken us that long to get 2 albums out.
Teenager, I was into punk rock, hung about with a gang of people, listening to punk stuff. Got into playing drums in bands in the mid-80s. Didn't really know Greg till probably late 80s, early 90s.
When you live in a small town, there's not that many people interested in the same kind of music you're interested in, do you know what I mean? And I think I probably got to know him through music, but wasn't to start a band or anything. You know, you become friends with somebody because they're into the same kind of music you're into, or into the same things you're into, whatever, you know, politics or whatever that might be. I never played the guitar anyway. I played the drums. Like, I was playing percussion and playing drums at the time, so it was just basically, well, he plays the drums, so I better play the guitar. So I still don't call myself a guitar player, to be honest with you. But
apart from the band, sure, we'd just be hanging around anyway, you know. Going out having a crack, having a few beers and going to gigs.
There is no future, in the flesh. Liberated liberation, devastate.
I grew up into ska. I was a big ska fan when I was a kid, like, you know, and I still love that music because it was always there. I love the politics about it. I love two-tone. I love the whole anti-racist message from two-tone, and that had a big influence on me when I was about maybe 12 or 13. The punk thing was always very heavily connected with two-tone anyway. Always more into the metal bands that had a punk kind of a attitude about them. And I think that's what I think unconsciously, it's just the way we write, it's just the way Crispo plays, it's just the way I play. You know, some of it has a punky vibe, some of it has a hardcore vibe, some of it has a doomy vibe, some of it kind of has this crusty kind of a vibe, but yeah, it's completely natural, and none of it's forced, none of it's tailored towards any kind of an audience that, you know, we're going to write a real punk rock song for the punks, and we're going to write a big metal anthem for the metalers. Like, it just doesn't happen like that. We just sit down and we just write a song, and then it just, whatever way it comes out, it comes out. Some people probably think it's ridiculous the amount of time and energy we put into something that, you know, you don't get to gig very often. But I think that makes it even more special when you do get a gig, because you're going, right, fuck this, we've only got half an hour, let's just really fucking enjoy ourselves and give it socks.
If the kit's all there, if they've got a stool at the right height, if everything's working out and we play well, there's nothing better. It's like you get a buzz out of it, you get a definite kick out of it. Sometimes you might be only playing to 5 people, it doesn't matter. It's like, if it goes well and you're playing well, you definitely get a buzz. Of course, if there's more people and there's people moving and jumping about, it's a bonus. But to me, to be in a band doing good gigs, can't beat it.
And I'm not going as far as calling what we do art to any degree, but it, like anyone who's an artist who paints or is a sculptor or a musician or anyone involved in the arts in general, you know, you have to be selfish and you have to be pretty, you know, driven and be pretty confident in the kind of, you know, what I do matters and what I do is decent, and I like what I do. And if you don't like what I do, that's fair enough. It's kind of hard to tell where we'll go from here, but I can't envisage it getting any nicer. I think naturally my inclination would always be to kind of push it faster, slower, you know, more filth, and just make it even more horrible and more nasty as we go along. I don't know how we're going to do that, and I don't know. Obviously, again, we don't sit down and have meetings about these things.
We did things backways as well. A lot of bands would basically write new songs and go out and gig them and then record them, you know what I mean? Whereas we are kind of wear ass backways, country folk. We just kind of write them and then record them and then go, shit, how do we play these?